Nope, that's not me. But it's actually a leaked audio recording I'm using for a news project that I need to somehow make 10 minutes long. Well, you're probably wondering how that went. Okay, so I was thinking, what if I made the movie news project a movie? Because movies. I'm definitely making this project way harder than it needs to be. Let's just skip the sap and talk about Tom Cruise. Maybe you saw him debuted in Endless Love. Wow, that's not aging well for him. Maybe you know him from a more memorable film like Top Gun. Okay, I haven't watched the movie yet, so I couldn't use so much footage without spoiling it for myself. You probably just know him from the Mission Impossible movies. No, I can't play more than 3 seconds or else I'll get claimed. Do you know how hard it is to make these videos? Well, it just so happens Mission Impossible is the crux of this story. Mission Impossible 7, to be exact. No, there wasn't a trailer, so I just replayed the same thing I had before. It's probably still being filmed. Some sources actually say the story in this film is gonna apparently be in space. This gets crazier every time. Can't wait to see Ethan Hunt disguise himself as an alien. But regardless, it was during these filmings where this recording emerged.
I never want to see it again!
Yeah, I'll play the whole clip later, but to sum it up contextually, in London, Tom Cruise lashed out at 2 employees as he saw them break COVID safety laws, standing less than 2 meters from each other while viewing a monitor. Does that sound harsh? Well, unlike mass media outlets, I'll be playing the entire clip to avoid bias, because news should be saying the facts and not ideologies. Take that, media, you got beat by a 21-year-old freshman who makes YouTube videos.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us! Because they believe in us and what we're doing! I'm on the phone with every studio at night! Insurance companies! Producers! And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see it again! Ever! And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it! And you too, and you too, and you! Don't you ever do it again! That's it! No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down. It's not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education. That's what I sleep with every night. And the future of this industry. So I'm sorry, I'm beyond your apologies. I have told you, and now I want it. And if you don't do it, you're out. We are not shutting this movie down. Is it understood? If I see it again, you're gone. And so are you. So you're going to cost him his job. And I see it on the set, you're gone. And you're gone. That's it. Am I clear? Do you understand what I want? Do you understand the responsibility that you have? Because I will deal with your reason. And if you can't be reasonable, and I can't deal with your logic, you're fired. That's it. That is it. I trust you guys to be here.
Well, the verdict was pretty clear. And like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp scandal, the internet was siding with the opposition. That case was also covered by The Sun. Why are these things so similar? Bottom line, while there was an attempt to try and paint Cruise as this sort of we the people kind of saw that what he did made sense. Which is mostly why I found this article interesting. See, while the tone of what Cruise was saying gives him more of a tirade-like demeanor, but what he says contextually and in the and in his message throughout the recording is very selfless, as a matter of fact. He already starts off by saying how he does all this work to call other companies, get more people involved on these projects. Nowadays, in these trying times, it's very hard to kind of put a film together, let alone put it in theaters or things like that. But it's also the process behind it of when it gets made. Now, and he's working as hard as he can to diligently, calling several people to make it happen, and they look to him and his crew to make these films possible. At the same time, they're also giving more people jobs. Not everyone can rely on stimulus. I don't think anyone really can. He's only strict because of the guidelines. Because guess what? There's a lot of it is on the line for how the product is done, and time-wise, because you can't really delay the project anymore, or it could risk funding, or it could exceed funding and makes it harder for the people to make good salaries. So so you want to have it done on time and done right. Therefore, you need a proper working crew. You can't have the crew compromised over time, so you need to keep the parameters in check. Everyone wearing a mask, which is why he didn't want any little slip up in a way. And the way he sort of puts consequence is he says it in this around the second time he brings it up. He talks about you're going to lose his job. It's not making you think about your fellow man, because you're all part of a team. And he addresses his team as a crew, that we got to do it together. Him screaming, "We're not shutting this freaking thing down," actually is more of a triumphant manner. It's not him trying to be a greedy boss, but it's that he's determined to help everybody out, because he knows these jobs he's giving them and the work they do is gonna, for some people, it's gonna put food on the table, pay their rent. Once again, not thinking about himself selflessly, but for the people he's doing this for and the people that work with him. That's why he kind of has this no tolerance policy. And that was my movie news, and I hope you enjoyed. MNP signing off. Are you Honestly, I don't think Tom Cruise minds wearing a mask, since it hides his rabbit tooth. And you wonder why when he shoots movies he always does it at an angle. And no, you can't unsee that. I've tried.